ladies and gentlemen, this is Cass with a K, going to be bringing you another BLGaming.com presentation. Joining me today for the Kill the King Tournament Series Round 12 is going to be Forecourt Jester, as usual. How you doing, buddy?
It's round 12. Yikes, this is definitely becoming quite the series, but I am pumped. That Red Alert music really took me back to the day, and I'm just really excited to get going here, guys.
Dude, I am as well, as it does seem like we did get a nice Bloodgate shout-out right there. If you guys want evidence that I am recording this, bada bing, bada boom, up here on my screen, since I am broadcasting today. Gotta give a big shout-out to Frequency for doing yesterday's streaming. Even though I was doing a little bit of commentary, Forecourt, you also saved me because I had my job. But there it is. The stream is being recorded. We did record yesterday's footage as well, so it will be up on our VOD section at blgaming.com. As we can tell right now, we're going to have Banana Warfare versus Disconnected. Both of these teams I do not know, especially Disconnected, but I have seen Neon around, and Zolaran does seem a little bit familiar. So they do have higher grades, might be more advantageous towards them, but you never know. In these kind of tournaments, there are a lot of Smurfs out there, depending on the free hero of the week, and you can farm up 17k blood coins pretty soon. Or pretty quickly, I should say. But yeah, if you do want to see what the brackets are like, and if you want to see what's going on, go to blgtv.net. Down at the bottom, we do have a link for the brackets, right below that nice fancy icon. Or if you like scrolling up and your mouse wheel just cannot scroll down for some odd reason, up at the top we do have a tournaments tab, and then you can just scroll over that, and there should be a link for tournament brackets. So there you go. You can follow along in the tournament wherever we are. We want to make sure that you guys are in the know as well as we are. Keeps us up to date, and you can always yell at me later for messing up. But with that, I think they are just doing bans and picks. But Forecourt, buddy, I mean, we got a lot of changes happening to this game. There's been that major patch, and I don't think I've talked too much about you last time. I think I'd asked you last week what you felt about it. But what do you think this week about all the changes now that you've had a little bit more time to play with all the classes and, you know, actually play BLC?
Well, I know this was an unintended change, but I really like the new cinematic Hollywood opening where it all goes to black screen, then to some panning, and the black screen again. And for all these observer modes, we got to see that yesterday. Like we're going to see that today. I don't like that change as much as I said it was kind of unintended, but that's just kind of my joke answer. Yeah, the in-game tournaments have really jumped off to a great start. Like we have close to hundreds of teams entering these things, 2v2s, 3v3s. The US ones, not so much because we do have that smaller US population, but it has been an absolute pleasure just watching those games, joining in on them. The bracket system looks just phenomenal, and people are getting these coins, and I'm enjoying it a lot. This is the first time I've seen a game with a built-in tournament system.
Yeah, I know. Heroes of Newerth doesn't have it. Dota doesn't have it. League of Legends certainly doesn't have it. Still working on the replay system there. But, any competitive game, really no in-game tournament system. And the Stunlock developers, a lot of people are like, oh, well, they're not doing anything to this game. They haven't patched in 2 months. But they were busting their balls during that whole time. Trying to get this in-game tournament system out, trying to get the observe during the middle of a match, mode out, and they have done a fantastic job so far. There are little kinks in the system, but that's okay. We just have to deal with it. It is a small studio. You can't really blame them for all the work that they're doing. They're up at like 3 a.m. sometimes. I'm just like on Skype, and I see Zach online, and he whispers me something, and I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? It's 3 a.m. He's like, I'm working at the office. So he doesn't even go home. He's working so hard, even on more content and trying to fix things over at the Stunlock Studios department. It looks like already, though, we do have a bunch of forfeits coming out early on in the brackets, so this tournament's going to be moving well underway. So Banana Warfare and Disconnected are still doing bans and picks. But yeah, it's about time we get this game going. And DreamHack, are you excited for those matches coming up in the following weeks?
Oh yeah. We got the qualifiers coming up April 17th, I think is the first one.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And, I mean, those guys, they are going for the money, that $10,000 tournament. You know, the first step on that road to the cash is, of course, landing in those qualifiers. So we're hopefully going to see a lot of big competition those days. And, the best of the best likely going to be coming out here. Of course, we're likely going to see those contracted teams. We do have SK Gaming. Has anyone actually joined them now on the contract status?
No, but I mean, rumor has it, can't say too much because I got in trouble last time, that some teams might be finding some other sponsors. Can't say who, can't say what, but you know, things are looking up for this game, and there are potentially contracting out to other teams that have placed in the top brackets for some of the tournaments we hold, as well as the in-game tournaments. But right now, that is not important, as we are going to be seeing these two teams duke it out. We are probably going to get the black screen bug. And, not
the
so
Hollywood
good.
screen bug, yeah.
The Hollywood screen bug. So we're going to have, some more black screen casting right here. And I know the developers are all watching this and just, face palming. But, Forecourt, I heard you had a legendary soundcast yesterday. Do you want to attempt it again so I can hear the mastery?
Yeah, got to use your imaginations in this game, guys. But the black screen kind of does prevent us from seeing too much, but I don't hear anything going on. I do hear an execute going down. We do have some auto attacks going, so we have found each other there in the middle. We do got both teams going up against each other. The engineer throwing down his damage. I do hear shadow bolts being thrown around by that Harbinger. We do have some healing up going on. Out goes the auto attacks. We are going to be focusing down someone. Oh, they go down. I do believe a gunner just falling to the ground there, and another scream goes out. So the humanity this Harbinger is doing work. He's a demon. He's an absolute demon. He looks like Diablo right now, and I think that was it. I heard the final scream and the victory dance, and up comes the curtain any minute now.
Any second. Oh, no, I think Harbinger actually died. Was I right? No, I was wrong.
No,
actually.
you were right. No, you weren't. You're right. Haha.
No, he was Verity. He was on fire, as you said. I thought he was on the other team. I misplaced the characters. But yeah, here we go. We're actually going to have a screen now to watch. Not going to be quite as exciting as radio. But here we go. Verity. Gotta stop saying that. Verity trying to get in on there, and the action, and it looks like the Astronomer having a hard time trying to get on out of the fight. Happens is already, getting down very low, and a great tractor beam to pull him back in. He's going to have to puncturing strike back on out, and Krishna are going to be getting, maybe a little bit of a pull action onto Betrayal, and man, I'm really tired today. This Cold team just not working, not doing the damage that they need to. Harbinger just getting every single pull off, forces a ton of mistakes as well as a lot of damage. It does 10 damage and leeches 10 health, sets up for a Shadow Bolt. And this Gunner playing some major jokes right there, trying to kill somebody on the Worm team, but not going to happen, as it is a decisive victory.
Engineer coming out with the big shots there. All three killing blows on him. 196 damage. Not too shabby. We are in a 2-0 lead right now for Banana Warfare, and they're likely going to be, moving on. So, one thing I did notice here. Cold team, none of them have Titan or Champion packs. They're all new accounts. So likely I thought they were going to be smurfing, but looking at this kind of level of play, I'd say they're just a bunch of friends came into the game brand new and said, hey, there's a tournament, what do we got to lose? And we're likely going to be seeing them here into the lower bracket. We're also going to see team comps of just the free heroes, because I did take a quick look at all of them just as people are dying here. There goes one, about another going down as well, and yeah, they have 30 or 40 victories apiece. So I don't think they actually have anyone except that free rotation to play with, and that's going to become pretty predictable to counter.
There's not really that many counters in this game. Sorry, I muted my microphone. Because the balance is really good, but it's like Stalker, Gunner, and as well as Astro. You can't really change your lineup according to maybe changing your playstyle. There's not really a counter in this game in terms of compositions. I mean, you can do a little bit if you play a little bit more defensively if they have an offensive composition, but it's not like this Bloodline counters that Bloodline. But yeah, I know what you're trying to say. And the fact that they only have Astronomer, Glutton, Gunner, and Stalker to choose from, really they don't have many options. of balancing out their composition and trying to get some more defensive measures in there, because Glutton, he's not really a tank, tank kind of archetype, and he is one of the weaker tanks out there because you got Inhibitor, who has the barrier, he has the Wuju, the Waji, so he's really good at control as well as, the amplify stacks and a little bit of range. You also have Vanguard, who can do taunts, reflect, which is also very nice, and then as well as Guardian, very, very potent melee oriented tank who just does a lot of cleave damage as well as some pretty decent healing. So, right there, they're just going to have to pick Glutton because they don't have any other available Bloodlines. They don't have the Champion Edition, which only costs $30, and you get 16 Bloodlines. You don't have the Blood Coin cap each week, as well as, you get some other little goodies, and, you can explore most of the game as it is. So, it's same hero, or same price as Heroes of Newerth, and, you can just go from there. So, that's sort of my philosophy. Just, spend the $30 on this small game that's going to get big. Made by an independent studio. Why not go for it? It's something that is completely unique. Might as well, shell out that $30, just work a couple more hours a week, and, go from there. As we are, again, yet waiting for the Observer bug. And here it is, 3, 2, 1, fight. We are going to get things underway. They did change up to a Glutton. He is just going to eat, and it looks like a little bit of an animation bug. Good concussion shot by Zolran. Going to keep that Glutton back in the corner. Verity going to go in as a Harbinger, get a triple hemorrhage off. Puncturing strikes go out. Looks like the target of choice is Neon, but it looks like Betrayal not getting an M1 off. He's just taking a lot of back hits and not trying to do any kind of counter pressure whatsoever. He's just going to space on into a machine gun ultimate. And in the meantime, the Glutton, I don't know how he went down so fast, especially with Eat, Earthstorm, and Stone Shield, but he just died right off the bat. Completely missed that because this round was so quick, and we're just going to have to pay attention to him and maybe throw out some advisory tips on how to play various Bloodlines into the maximum efficiency. Next round,
well,
what do you think, Forecourt?
I didn't actually see a Stone Shield come out, or Stone Form come out on that Glutton, and he did take a lot of back hits. So did the Astronomer. He spent most of the time just running away. He spaced in a few times, then ran away. I didn't actually even see that too much healing coming out of him as well. Let me take a quick look at the number. He had 110 healing come out, but spread over 3 targets. It's about 35 apiece, which is, 2 heals-ish? So, yeah, right now, they just seem very uncoordinated. They don't really know their Bloodlines that well at this point. And, Worm Team's just kind of taking advantage of that because they're obviously a bit more used to, people reacting to separate ways. Right now we have Krishna there. He goes to jump right in. There's the Stone Show for him, but he's still, pretty deep in there. Happen Z has come over to help him out, so they are trying to keep them at bay. He's taking a lot of back hits right there, though. Not really dodging too much. Ziller's going to jump in here, but we do get a good Stone Form off, but inevitable betrayal. Again, he's just kind of wandering around. He got off that Moonstone, but he just kind of also just started wandering around. We got the incapacity go down on Happen Z. We do have a good Stone Form there, but unfortunately, that triangle of the Worm Team, it's only going to last so long. You can only absorb, 46 damage it is, and they go down almost pretty much without a fight.
All right. Let's mention one thing right here. Astronomer players. I'm an Astronomer player. I was hanging out with Foda yesterday night. He's in Atlanta for his the motor show here. He builds robots. Went down and just chilled with him. Learned some pro Astro tips. One pro Astro tip, look at this damage. Only 24. He's not even M1ing. M1 on an Astronomer is huge. If you are by anybody, they have Verity, and they also have Neon. He can just walk up and just do an M1, and that will do so much damage. As well as a good bit of control. I want him to do that. He's not using the M1 at all. And Krishna, he's not eating in between. There he goes, finally eating. He's not throwing down an Earthstorm at all to reduce his damage or to reduce the speed of the projectile. So he's not using half of his abilities. Haven't seen a Stalagmite come out. And the Stone Shield comes out at okay times, not even really good times. So just using your abilities in general could have helped this Cold team out significantly. All they did was just use their space, or Astronomer, all he did was use his space and his heal, his trance maybe twice. Glutton didn't use his Earthstorm, he didn't use his Stone Shield, and he didn't use his Stalagmite. I think he barely used Rush. I don't think I heard him wail out and do a Rush either. So you just gotta know your abilities when you play this game and use them, because as you can see right there, you're gonna get stomped. And I mean, these guys are new, and I gotta give them credit for coming into the tournament. I gotta give them, a shout out for that, and actually trying to see what better players are like. But know the game before you actually go and do stuff. There is a single player mode. Read all the abilities, go to the knowledge base, Bloodline guide, read what everything does, and then you can actually go from there. Practice in single player, make sure you know the range of the abilities, this spacing and what everything is put into action, what it looks like put into action. And that way we can actually, have better players, and you can learn much faster that way rather than just picking up something and being like, ooh, I wonder what this does in the middle of a game. Because you're not going to be thinking about, oh, well, how should I use this? How should I use that? What do my skills actually do while you're, getting hit in the back? You're trying to run away. So, just for all you new players out there, read your abilities and go into single player. I know it's not quite as fun, but if you learn quicker, then you can, go in with your low level and your low grade and, actually know what you're doing, and then beat up all the other noobs out there that haven't taken this kind of advice. But we are going to go on to a new game right now. This one is probably going to be a lot better, especially looking at the grades. We got Pandrum, Peta, and Delayed, all very well-known players. Oskalal, Need and Viz, and Mulk Mulk. That is going to be from Team Nami Nami. And if I take a look at where did Cybertronic's message go? Here it is.
No idea.
This is going to be Ham No Idea versus Nami Nami. Yeah. Ham No Idea going to be on the cold team. Nami Nami with Mulk Mulk going to be on the warm side. So here we go. It is going to be the second round in the tournament. Just give me a second to update the layers. And forecourt, really, what did you see last map? You were following my analysis. Yeah, a lot of nothing, right? So.
But yeah, it just mistiming of abilities, or just we didn't see those abilities come out. I mean, they, as I said, each of them had something like 40 victories apiece, and we had a grade 9 in there as well, so we hadn't even reached the max there on those custom games. So yeah, they're going to have to practice up. They're likely going to have to, stick with a hero, learn it really well, get a comp going with their friends, and then, move on from there. But these guys right here. They're in those teams. They know their comps. They have much higher grades, much more closer to those 20s rather than 9. But we are going to have this first map bug come out again. Now, the people in the stream there, Cass, they're mentioning, and tell me if you've tried this or not. We throw you an invite, and then I tell you when the game is loaded and you join in. Does that work, or does that still give you the bug?
Well, I don't know. I haven't tried that yet, so. When the game starts, if you invited me, I don't know if it would actually bypass this whole thing. I don't even know how you would invite me, though, because it is that black screen.
Invite you before the black screen. You wait to take it until I can hear people moving.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll try that next time, as we are going to do another soundcast right here, as it looks like Mortar goes down. Nice sleep vial. It looks like it hit something. We're going to have a black dart go out by the Stalker. Puncturing strikes hits a couple things. Stalker going to be hitting a couple targets, and it looks like they have a Randit as well. He's jumping around. Going to be hitting a nice frog leap right there. Gunner, disabling shot hit. Stealth goes out. We got Stalker using the ultimate ability, Stalker's Shadow. And it looks like he's just jumping around, getting all those M1s off. Huge damage going out. Nobody has died yet. Man, we are going to be seeing another puncturing strikes. Following the Stalker around. Execute could come out. No, not going to land on anybody. No kill right there. As it seems like one team is being pressured back in the corner. A little lull in action. A little bit of a zoning. Randit did get a stun combo off, as you heard from the triple dagger strike. And rockets come out. This could be huge. I think a temporal lockdown did as well. And we're going to see maybe a kill in 1 second. Nobody has died quite yet. As I do hear a Bloodline medallion. Somebody's medallioning off in the corner. Maybe creating a little bit of a zone. Not exactly sure what that yell was. It might have been somebody dying. And what? Wow, I missed 3 people dying or more in that whole match. I could have sworn I heard.
You must train your ears, young grasshopper.
Dude, did you hear anybody die? There was no loud laughs or anything like that?
I heard at least 2 deaths, but no, there's no laughs. But we don't have a Harbinger in this game as well.
I see. Alright, so I messed up, and it is going to go to Panjum, Delayed, and Peta. So I was right with the lockdown, the ultimate on Stalker, and Panjum just beasting it up. So, forecourt, take this one, because I did the soundcast.
Okay, alright, so we do have the Cold Team, Haim, no idea. They're going to be taking control of the middle here. Panjum jumping right in there to Molk, but he is that Thorn character. Very tough tank to get to, very locked down. But right now, though, we do have Cold Team. They are, almost cornering this Worm Team off to the side. We do have the Thorn. He's just running around at this point. Panjum trying to do some darts. We do have a good grab there onto Peta. We should have a lockdown come down. We do. I think it's on OSQLOL, but he should be throwing out that goo right now. We got the Stalker jumping around. He is using the goo. It is going to be a defensive goo, and Panjum goes down right on the edge of it. I do think the Thorn got the last hit there. Out comes those deadly Thorn, or the dead roots, sorry. And Petty's just going to be trying to heal up Delayed here. Delayed does look very shadowy at this point. He's going to try to get onto OSQLOL. Oh, so close there. We do get that last hit, and Delayed is going to have to try to pull this one out of the fire with the help of Hedo. He might be able to take the gunner down right now. Needinvis does a great rocket jump to get out of that. We're going to have an execute. Oh, we do hit the execute, but it hits most of that temporary HP. The blind goes out, does miss. We do have Peta ready to go for a lockdown, but yes, the Stalker does grab that gunner off to the side. Now that's turning into a 2-on-1. Peta trying to really body block right here a lot from Molkmug. He does have those dead thorns coming out. Peta is stuck in the middle of them, doing his great job amount of healing. Delayed is off the corner, healing himself as well. Peta might be able to just solo down Molkmug at this point. A good space, avoiding that damage. Out comes the Chrono, but it's not going to matter because we got Delayed behind him. He did use that EX crossbow for those 6 hits, and they're going to take that game. So almost like a 2 versus 3. They pull it out of the fire, take that for the win. 600 healing on Peta. Very nice stuff.
Yeah, no, great job right there. And Peta himself is a very accomplished herald, just like we have Malachor from Team Donors by Heart. Peta and Panjum have been a duo for a while. I believe they have played with various amounts of backups and, other figures that have been prominent in BLC. We're going to have to see, the nice blind on the Molk, and he actually used his Cabbage Patch shield. He doesn't have any kind of defensive cooldowns right now. Stalker is going to engage onto him and use that puncturing strike, trying to get a little bit more position, but get punished for that. He's down to about 60% HP. Peta saving his space, did get pulled by Molk. That could have created a bad opportunity. Molk looking for a chance to go in, throws out the fungal spores, not going to happen. Puncturing strikes, Delayed, waiting for Molk to throw out his Cabbage Patch shield. That didn't happen though, and he's actually going to EX Stalker Cloak. Oswald going to be the one getting hit by Temporal Lockdown. He could be going down. Panjum solo to death, but Peta comes in, spaces in, does a little bit of a healing right there. Delayed, almost trying to get Oswald down. Needinvis got to the Venom Lunge on him, and that is it, that he's going to die from that. Pop goes the Weasel. Oswald couldn't heal in the meantime because Delayed was on him the whole time as a Stalker. Very menacing character. And we are going to see this a 3-0 for Ham No Idea over Team Nami. So very, very nice play by Stalker in general, as well as Panjum. Granted, we have seen Branids be very powerful, but Stalker is either hit or miss, and there's only a few select players that can play Stalker effectively. And it's good to see one right here that Panjum is playing.
I just did a quick little recap there of round number 1. So the radio cast, Panjum there did 750 damage, and Delayed on that Stalker did 500. So combined, that's a lot of damage for that first round. So yeah, good stuff for them. 3-0 for Ham No Idea. This is going to be game number 2 up against Nami. We have seen Nami do decent in these tournaments before. They have advanced a good amount. We do have Needinvis. He's going to switch it up. No longer going to be that gunner. Instead, we're going to be that seeker. But I didn't notice any changes there on Ham No Idea, although we do have to wait just a few seconds here for this game to go. So the Warm Team and the Cold Team layouts, I do notice they like to bug out in this view as well, because they just kind of sit there and they're now kind of useless to watch. But let's just take a quick look. No changes here. Peta is still going to be that Herald of Insight, which coincidentally is, I wouldn't say he's one of the more common heroes that we see. We do see a lot more of those alchemists and pomps, but we don't even get to see like the blood priests anymore these days. So I'm kind of curious to see Peta swap it up into that Herald of Insight. Maybe it's a new thing that he's going. Typically I do see him on that Elk or that Pomp, But it's always good to see, other blood classes get into this game. I mean, the Glutton last game, again, not really a big thing we see right now. So right now we do have Peta. It's going to be taking a lot of damage right now from Mokmok, but OSQLOL over there, but delayed, not really giving up on him. Pandem kind of doing an in-between thing with all that mobility that Ranids are afforded. And right now we do have Mokmok. He's going to be kind of separated right now. Need Invis with that Seeker. He does have his ultimate ready. Not sure he's going to use it or the EX Ice Arrows, but Delayed is dropping a lot right now. We do have him out in his Shadow form, but out goes the Goo as well. Need Invis is going to be using that to his advantage, trying to keep off these melee characters. Ultimately, it does look like it whiffed a lot of those players. OSQLOA has to be running away, but I do think we had Panjam jump on top of the Seeker's head, and he did go down. OSQLOA over there is about to go down as well with another Shadow coming out from Delayed, and that's going to leave 3-on-1 here for Mokmok. With Peta, I do think locking him down in place. And again, just a very strong performance here from the Cold team.
Yeah, right there. Great play. Peta, 12 TPS. Like, what? What's going on with this kid? Tons of healing and actually a good amount of damage because, if you notice, it is going to probably be all of that lockdown damage that he did get, Time Fever, which is the 16 damage that upon the first hit of it, and Time Fever is the debuff that allows for 33% amplify onto targets hit by the lockdown. So, great job right there, able to get a ton of burst. And here we go, we're going to see nice Fear on the Mokmok, setting up for that Puncturing Strike, giving Delayed a little bit more energy. Need Invis on the Seeker. Gonna try and get that nice Ice Arrow to Fire Arrow combo off. Delayed, gonna be using a Stalker ultimate. Gonna keep on aggressive though. He's not giving up, even though he's at about 20% HP. Peta gonna have to do a hard job, or have a hard time to heal him up, as he is already dead. So maybe a little bit of too over-aggressive play, and he is definitely gonna be dying for that. His Need Invis blitzes on out of that temporal lockdown, and I think this one is over. Mokmok's just probably gonna hide in his little shield. Pandrum could not get his Venom Lunge off. That would have been a triple Venom Lunge, but to no avail, as this Worm team is just showing that they have a little bit of juice left into the tank. And the Giggly Alchemist, of course, from Osklal coming out.
600 healing on Osklal right there. So 600 versus Peta, 285. Definitely a big gap in that round as well. So 1-1 is good to see signs of life, especially this early in the tournament. I mean, these early rounds, we typically do see very one-sided matches, as, the top seeds get typically paired up with those lower seeds, and I kind of do feel bad for them a little bit. But, bringing some good competition here early into the tournament is going to be a good... Mokmok got baited out there for his shield there, and right now he doesn't have anything to kind of fend off Pandrum at this point. He is going to be trying to moonwalk backwards. Delayed has to retreat a little bit. Peta has to get in there first to healing. Pandrum, I do think he just uses ultimate on all three heroes. He's going to jump right back over here as well. The Ice Arrow going down. Delayed is not in Shadow form. In fact, Delayed is going to go down. A little too aggressive there into the whole... Oh, wow, overkill. 76 damage from Pandrum, making it a 2-on-2, but it's looking very good right now for Mokmok, and Wells need Invis. But hey, Peta, he's that Herald of Insight. Very hard character to take down. He does get Ice Shielded, though. He does get the space off over into the corner. He's going to heal himself up. He does have a lockdown ready to go. He might be able to use it. He does right now on to need Invis, but Pandrum goes over to Mokmok, who shields up. Right now, Peta, it might be able to get it down, but no, he's going to jump into the air thanks to Mokmok, and he's going to go down. Pandrum not looking the healthiest, but boom, goes the dynamite. That poison going to be taking out the Seeker right there. So we do have Pandrum. He has to just land right here onto Mok. Mok does not have anything left. The poison will tick down, but we do have the mushroom come out. It's not going to be enough, and that is going to be Pandrum standing over a Thorn's corpse.
Oh, yeah, that was close right there. I mean, Mok, if he didn't just use that, and if Pandrum, played a little bit recklessly as a Ranid, then, it could have healed up Mok a little bit, given that immobilized due to the debuff, and that would have been GG. So, yeah, guys, I apologize for, I see comments on the live stream chat. Why are these commentators never really funny? Well, sense of humor is one thing, as well as, I apologize, I'm a bit tired. So
funny? They want us to be funny?
They want us to be funny. Who knows? But anyways, we got Osklal over here. Pandrum and Delayed are on him. It looks like the Cold team just going to get that focus pressure. No counter pressure onto Peta, as he is just healing both of his teammates right up to nice and healthy. But look at that. Double Venom Lunge, and they are going to pop Need Invis, just trying to do as much as he can. You only have a certain amount of Ice Arrows and Fire Arrows and Multi-Shot Arrows to throw out onto that pressure. They just did not have enough CC to control Pandrum and Delayed. All that melee stalker and ranted sneakiness going to be too much, and it's going to be 3-1 again in favor of Ham No Idea. So they are going to be advancing on in the tournament. Team Nami Nami going to be going down to the losers brackets.
Yeah, it is a double elimination tournament after all, so hey, even if you get knocked out this early, there's always a chance that you guys can work your way back up to those grand finals. Now, it is Kill the King. SK Gaming is the current king. They have signed up for this tournament, I would have hoped.
Yes, if you take a look at the brackets, just go to blgtv.net or BL Gaming, and if you scroll up to the top, there's a tournaments link in the main menu bar. You can just scroll over that and click the tournament brackets link, or if you're at BLG TV, just scroll down a little bit below the BLG TV icon. There is a nice link for the bracket. So SK Gaming, yes, they are in here, and I believe they were facing off against 90 Kilo Med Fiat Purse, so just against Team 90 Kilo. But that was up in the second round. I don't think the brackets have been updated from that yet, so we are going to be seeing, Ham No Idea, Nami Nami. Ham No Idea definitely won, and they are going to be fighting SK Gaming next. DEF CON did advance through the tournaments. DEF CON, actually, if you see the messages from the in-game tournament that came out, they came in second in the 3v3 Pro Super Cup that just happened. Team Beastie, which is also in the tournament here, did take first in that in-game tournament, so good job by them. Both of these teams are actually in this tournament, and they will be facing off in the third round, believe it or not. So they're going to be up against each other for a grudge match next, and I might actually want to get in onto that one if they both did advance. Actually, wait a minute. Beastie lost to a 12th seed team, Team Eitz. So DEF CON and Beastie are not going to be duking it out in the third round. Eitz actually did beat Beastie, and Beastie is now in the losers bracket, so maybe a little bit of an upset right there. But regardless, that's going to be an interesting game to watch. So we might see DEF CON and Eitz. Let's see what the admins have to say about what we are going to be watching next. No, we are going to be watching Unicorn Rainbows versus Donors by Heart, apparently. So I'm going to need an invite from Scriff to get in on that game.
Yes, but you shouldn't take it until we're into the game.
Oh, okay. So you're already in there.
No, I'm not.
Right.
I'm still waiting as well. Yeah, I'm watching these updates go by, but Eitz did beat Beastie, and as you said, you're like, they did so good in that tournament cup, and they're now knocked down to those loser brackets. They've apparently forfeited as well. Beastie has forfeited, so unfortunate for them. SK Gaming has won their game.
They might be tired from the in-game tournament, so...
I mean, those things don't take exactly a short amount of time. It's a few hours of qualifiers, and then got to get through all those brackets as well.
Yeah, I mean, so they've played at a high level for such a long time, and you can get worn out, and that's why we sort of want to try and make these, blgaming.com tournaments a bit shorter. I think we have restricted some of the intake of players. Not exactly sure, though. I don't think so. I think it's still open to everybody, but we had some ideas thrown around, and regardless, we are going to try and get on through this one, as we are going to be watching Unicorn Rainbows on the cold side and Donors by Heart on the warm team. So Donors by Heart, always known for Scriff Malachor and what used to be Hybrid, now replaced by Wisteria. It's going to be Scriff on the Vanguard, Wisteria on the Inhibitor, and Malachor, one of the few Herald players out there that are a part of the top-tier teams, that plays consistently in the top 5 or, top 7 in any kind of tournament that they enter. So, Donors by Heart on the warm team, cold side, like I said, Unicorn Rainbows. I don't know if they were playing Robot Unicorn Attack before they made this name, but I guess whatever floats your boat, we're going to be seeing how they do. I mean, they're only grade 18, but you can never base everything based off of grades. As they did take out, let's see who they beat. Well, they got a bye from the first rounds, apparently. So, this might not be good. We'll have to see, because up in the first round, the other team forfeited. They didn't show. Second round, big butts on Moody Street did not show either. I think that was Hafu's team, because in her in-game tournaments with other players, that's usually been the team name. And so right now, we're just going to have to see the first performance by Unicorn Rainbows, as Donors by Heart did actually take a 2-1 map advantage over 52. So it looks like they did have a little bit of a tough time against the team they faced in the second round, as, a lot of teams are coming out and giving these big dogs a little bit of a challenge. So we got to see all the new blood that's rolling out onto the tournament scene sometime and see what they're doing, what kind of compositions they're running. Because a lot of these older teams, like Donors by Heart, SK Gaming, Nami Nami, Ham No Idea, they're playing a lot of the older bloodlines. We haven't seen much Blood Priests. We can't see Reaver, but, Seeker, Stalker, and Blood Priest not really played a whole lot, or at least there's not a lot of players that play them to a high level. Whereas, you see a lot of Thorns, Psychopomps, Alchemists.
You want to jump out?
Yeah, I'll jump out for now so that in case we get the Observer bug, Forecourt will get me back in. Whoops, I think I forgot
All
to...
Right, so don't take it.
Yeah, not taking it until you guys confirm the bug or not. So, I don't know. A little bit of a workaround. We're geniuses here at BLG, figuring things about the system left and right.
There's always a solution.
There's always a workaround, some kind of hack source that you can do, bypass it. Something along those lines.
All right, so we do have the picks going down. It is going to be Malicor's on that Herald of Insight. We do have Wisteria there on his Inhibitor. Cold team is going to be Astronomer, Engineer, and Ranid, with Scriff, of course, going with that Vanguard. Citadel of Amma. The game looks like it's starting. I hear the timer, so see if you can join in.
Well, do you see it? You have to see the timer.
Yep, we're swapping over here to the cinematic view, so everyone's in the gray. I have the blue screen, I have the black screen. I'm now back into the game. Are you able to rejoin now?
Here we go. All right, cool. Hopefully everything is all right. He's not deceiving me with the black screen. Could be the biggest troll ever. Forecourt Jester. Let's see. Right now, loading into the game. But yeah, so Astronomer, Ranid, and Engineer. And yes, we are into this game, so take this action away, Forecourt.
I have a black screen. How do you want me to
you have the
away?
black screen? Okay, all right. So I didn't think you had the black screen, but I do not have the black screen, so I will be able to commentate this one. So we did find that workaround. Malicor actually going to get stoned. That could be a setup for Monarchy, and that's not actually going to happen, as he is going to, play on Scriff right there. He is just going to do a little bit of damage to the Vanguard. But at the same time, the Engineer did get caught in a little bit of a trap. Nice fear by Malicor to keep the Cold team back. Putting the pressure on is Wisteria and Scriff as they keep going in. Flamethrower by Shu over there. And it looks like Inhibitor Ultimate already. Runic Confusion way onto Monarchy. He goes down. Scriff using his heroic charge, getting a kill for their team. Malicor locking it up with the Temporal Lockdown. And that is going to be a major victory for Team Donors by Heart. No competition whatsoever. The rock and roll band comes out along with the angry mobsters. And we are going to be going on to a round 2.
What is this? Like a combo emote?
Yes. They love spamming their emotes.
Oh, funny stuff. It's like, wait, what was that guitar that I'm hearing? I'm not crazy, I hope. But yeah, all right, so Scriff. It's been a while since we've seen him in the tournament. They have been absent these last few weeks, but it is good to see him back there onto that Vanguard. Malicor with the long-range heals, and Wisteria, going with that Inhibitor, I don't know, I kind of like it. I do think that is what he's more known for. But Malicor taking some damage right off the bat, some big numbers coming out onto him, already down to half. He's going to be healing up. Scriff is going to try to be chasing off Shoegaze, as he has to be very careful right now. Wisteria wooges in, but gets incapacitated into a Moonstone. So right now, big chance right now to collapse onto Malicor. Malicor taking a lot of damage. He has to get out of there with that Chrono. It's not going to work. He does have the lockdowns ready to go, but he's just going to get laser beamed, and he does get that spacebar off. Monarchy, however, he's going to try to jump over there. Shoegaze as well, but Scriff doing his good job there with that shield and board. Wow, that was wrong. The sword and board. He got himself there into the correct position. Didn't quite save his teammate, but incapacitated right now. The Engineer trying to stay alive as best they can. The Astronomer gets taunted into just an axe to the face, and that's going to be it. Shoegaze. Or Shoegaze? Shoegaze?
I'm just calling him Mr. Shoe. He's a shoe-in.
Shoegaze, Monarchy, and Grelk.
Yeah.
Such great names, I think.
Grelk. Sounds like he could be some kind of Viking. My name is Grelk. I've come to pillage your village. So, I don't know. Who knows? I love these names that people come up with. Why can't you just have simple names that are easy to pronounce? You know, it's like Scriff. That took a little while to get used to. I don't even think I'm saying it right. It's like Scriff, Scurf. I don't know, Graybeard. Who knows what happens? But, you know, we're going to get on to this next one. Sorry, I apologize, guys. I'm tired. I might get Taz to actually take over for me. And they are going to go on to Malachor and try and do a little bit of damage on him. And Grelg not going to get that chance off. Good Fear comes out from Malachor. And he is just going to get on out of the fight. Wisteria going to be body blocking for him in case anything happens. So Scriff going to be going on in with his Blood Axe. Has a couple rage stacks. He's going out for the fight. And completely smurfs his ultimate. They get the kill anyways onto the Engineer. And the Randed goes down shortly afterwards. So no need for the lockdown to heroic charge combo. GG, well played. And it looks like this, heavy metal band is going to be taking 1 map to 0 over Unicorn Rainbows.
Heavy metal bands are also known for being pretty hardcore. So yeah, taking that 3-0, good stuff. People are saying that Scriff's their name is actually going to be Skirt, but hey, we're American. We don't really know these things. So Scriff is what it's going to stay at because we like that at all. I mean, he doesn't have any vowels in his name, so I think we got to punish him somehow. And yeah, right now we're going to switch it up to, I think, Dubaku. It is going to be Dubaku. We're going to move on. I do think we are still good in the tournament, so hopefully we're not going to see any more of those black screens. Although whoever's camera, if you do head off for Taz, neither of us are really going to be able to do it, so I guess we're going to be doing radio casts anyways. But people get to see it and tell us, oh, wow, you guys really suck. When they, turn into, BLG TV, it's like, oh, what's this? And we're just totally not doing what we're supposed to be doing. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens that or not. We do have another observer here in the game as well. Nope, we don't. What happened to him? Okay, so we do have, apparently, our Russian BLG TV channels up, and GS Faking is supposed to be taking care of that, but I don't see him in the channel, so maybe he left. I'm not sure.
Well,
but yeah.
I think I'm supposed to be inviting him, and that's what I was missing from the beginning.
Pretty sure I invited him. But I don't know where he went. Anyways, I think we got the real countdown going down. So game number 2 here. We're still in the first few rounds of the Kill the King, but we do got Cold Team kind of just being a little bit defensive right now. They are off to the side. Now they're going to invade the mid. Scriff is going to be trying to reflect. Gets it baited out. Monarchy is going to go toe-to-toe, but he's kind of a short guy compared to the giant Vanguard right now. Shuge is going to jump out of there. Gets other-sided or nether-shifted. No, I don't know what that was. I don't know the Engineer that well. But Incapacity going down onto Wisteria. Grell going to be trying his best. He is trying to those M1s as well. Monarchy is going to be jumping around as well. Scriff jumps right in there. Well done on that. Gets a lot of damage there. Onto Shoegaze and the follow-up. Bam! An axe to the back of the head is never a great thing. Grell is going to be, I think it was still, like a statue there because he just kind of stood there, took a few damage, watched his teammates die, and now not so much the heavy metal band, but we do got the mosh pit going.
The mosh pit? Yeah, Malachor not doing his emote right there. Well, actually, Scriff waving instead of shouting. Wow, this is a first, ladies and gentlemen. He is not actually, taunting the stream 10 million times over and over. So, shout-outs to Scriff for not shouting over and over once the match has been won. And a good EMP into a Moonstone right there that could have set up for a combo onto Malachor. Would have liked to have seen a little bit of aggression. Maybe a follow-up concussion shot to keep Wisteria out of the fight when they went in. But that did not happen, and it looks like they are getting pressured. They are going to be going in on the fight, though, and this could be very bad because now all of their outs are gone. And look at that, Shoegaze. Once as an Engineer, you use your space. You don't have anything to help you get out of the fight, and that is going to be GG, as that's an easy wrap-up 2-0. If they comboed their CCs onto Wisteria and then went in, they could have done something, but instead they just decided to let it all loose and just let it go, get pressure into the corner, blow everything on one target. It just didn't happen.
Shoegaze did a pretty decent 20 damage that round, so I do think they are feeling this pressure, this gold team. We did have 196 come out of Monarchy, so, I mean, good on him, but I don't know, that Engineer just dropping so very quickly right now. So Wisteria gets hit by that EMP. Grelg's gonna try to jump into there, but Scriff instead he's gonna jump over. Monarchy does get pushed back, and now they are going to go a little bit more defensive. They are kind of stuck in this corner of the map, and Scriff is going to be jumping after Shoegaze again. The EMP comes out. We're not even going to use any of our EXs or ultimate there from Script to combo him down. In goes the charge, whiffs it completely. Do think that was more Maliker's fault there, because I did see people just jump back and forth, so I do think he used that exaltation. And Grog, I mean, he's going to be dropping Monarchy off to the side. I mean, these poison darts just don't seem to be doing much at all, and down goes that second teammate. Monarchy, again, one more axe to the face, just kind of like a 360 downward smash into the skull, and that's going to be it.
So yeah, that's it. 2 maps in favor of that. And yeah, it's Mantra of Devotion did do the knockback, and Scriff pulling his usual cover of whiffing his ultimates and hitting pillars and walls. So it looks like, you can tell he is not smurfing whatsoever. No other character is, or no other person is playing his account, because that is the Scriff trademark. Always missing the heroic charge, rarely hitting it on occasion, and that's why it's always a special event when he does do damage. Okay, well, I can't get Taz in here because his fiance, Taz has a fiance, go figure. I mean, I don't know how that happened.
Dun, dun, dun.
But, yeah, I always give Taz a lot of crap. But his fiance hurt her leg, so shout-outs to Taz. Go take care of your woman, and I'll cover for you, buddy. Actually, well, wait, I'm covering for him who was supposed to cover for me, so I'm just covering myself. And yes, that is going to be...
With a blanket, I hope, yeah.
Yeah, so 2-0, yep. 2-0, best of luck in the tournament, and we're going to get out of this game. All right, next match is going to be, if we look at Appa. It is going to be Appa, Leadface, and Return. And that's going to be N7 Esports versus Fake Kiss. Not exactly sure why they named themselves Fake Kiss, but... I don't know, maybe they like Kiss the band, maybe they just got rejected by their girlfriends and they're like, oh, going for the kiss? No, get denied. GG, I'm out of here. And they got shut down. But hopefully that did not happen, and we are going to be seeing some pretty good action, as N7 Esports has been pretty prominent ever since they're starting about 5-6 weeks ago. They've been up in the top tier, and they've always placed pretty well, always given a nice, difficult time to Nami Nami, Mulk Mulk, not Nami Nami. Not Mulk Mulk is on Nami Nami's team. Hey, I have no idea, and have always placed, I think, in the top 5. So, we'll see what this Fake Kiss team can do. Mr. Nobody, I've talked to him a couple times. I've seen Pav around, but I don't know this Dodo guy. He's grade 20, so I don't think he's a complete scrub, but I haven't seen him around. We'll see how he's going to be with the pickup team with Mr. Nobody and Pav. Did GST Ha King. What is that even supposed to mean in Russian? I have no idea.
GS the King. So
Yes,
like the King or G's the King. I don't know.
Jeez.
Something like that. If anybody knows Russian, they might know it as well. But yeah, I didn't even know BLG TV had a Russian.
Yeah, that's
side to
actually new. So Cybertronics, I gotta give a shout out to that guy. He actually is is Russian, and he talked to some dudes. I think there's a Russian fan site for BLC, and we actually hooked up with them, and it's just like, all right, cool. We'll broadcast it, and he can do some Russian commentary. So if you are Russian, you want some Russian commentary, or you just want to listen to somebody other than our voices, go in and check that out. I think we will have a little tab for that on BL Gaming, or you can find it somewhere else. Hopefully he'll post it in the chat, or somebody will let me know, one of the admins. But yep, N7 Esports as well as Team Fake Kiss going to be going off. It is still the 3rd round. We have not advanced in the brackets quite yet. Because it is a small tournament, we want to give you guys a bunch of games to watch. And I got to thank 828.
Jump out.
Yeah, 828 of you for tuning into this broadcast right here. I apologize, my voice is dying. I've been doing a little bit too much partying, and I've been commentating ever since Wednesday for the in-game tournaments, so things are a little bit weary, as well as working. But no excuses. I know you guys don't like to hear that. But, Forecourt and I are trying to do our best. And, leave feedback. You say, hey, we want you to be funny. Tell us that. Go to, send me an email, cast@blgaming.com. Don't be afraid to open up your email client. Thunderbird takes 2 left clicks, and then you send a new message. No problem.
Try jumping in.
All right. Then we have IRC and Ventrilo. Don't be afraid to, communicate with us and tell us what you want on the stream. If you want us to be more dynamic, if you want more analytics, if you want better overlays or splash screens, this presentation is for you, and that's the whole reason that we do it. We don't get paid. We do this so that you guys can have fun and that we can, do something that we like doing. But we always are trying to improve and, hopefully make it into something that could be viable financially. But that can only happen with, more support from you guys. And as we're going to get on to this next match, as, action is going on, and I should not be talking about random stuff. Mr. Nobody going to get Cyclonic Strike onto Leadface. Leadface as the Nomad, going to have to run around with the barrier. Good X-Strike right there, getting a bunch of damage off, and he is just going to be okay, doing great punish onto this cold side over here. So Fake Kiss again, going to be trying to target Leadface as the main target. Varric Dudu going to be going in on Appa right here with his Marksman Ultimate. Leadface in the meantime going to be using his Boomerang Bonanza, going to try and strike Pav out of the fight. That is going to happen. Return cannot kill Mr. Nobody while he's in his little Guardian Ring, but there it is. Deadly Injection did pop. He was outside of his little zone of control, and Appa could not save. Return to Pav's Wrath with the Astronomer. So the Astral Strike, or I meant the Spectral Strike, doing a very nice job right there, and Dodo doing a very good job with his ultimate. He got the Fire Arrow off to do the knockback. He blitzed on through, put major pressure onto Return, allowing Leadface and Appa to not get any heals and to go down. And as you can see right there, 623 damage. So Fire Arrow, a huge part of that, as well as doing a lot of M1s to get those double refreshes on abilities.
Yeah, it's good, fun stuff. I mean, yeah, he really brought out a big pain. I did notice he ended the round with full energy, which, I mean, I don't know, seemed a little bit of a waste. But hey, they won. It is going to be game number 2 in 7 Esports right now, fighting for their life. Mr. Nobody going to be chasing off Leadface right now. They do have that Guardian, the big Guardian character. I really like this character overall. Pav going to be taking some damage over there as well. Appa could be into big trouble. He looks like he's stuck up against the wall. He's taking damage left, right, and center, but we do have the Seeker running around trying to do some incapacitated Cyclonic Strike coming up from Appa, and he's just going to be trying that. Misses that charge, but I do think he got hit right into looked like a moonstone, so he was kind of a little bit like a camera. Like a statue, but we do have Appa taking damage. They are on the defensive right now. Return and Appa looking very low. Leadface is fairly healthy, but out goes the goo. We are going to keep Mr. Nobody into that. Look at that great control. Just keeping him into that goo tick down every single tick on top of him, and that's going to be huge right now for the Worm team, because now it's going to be a 2 versus 3, and we do have the Seeker trying to do his best. Immolation Arrow comes out, but Appa with the Cyclonic Strike again. Boom goes the Dynamite, and down goes that Astronomer. So he is up there with the stars, and the Seeker dropping as well with a giant axe coming to decapitate him, and that's going to be some awesome play right there from the Worm team.
Yeah, no, good job. And at the end, I also want to mention that Return, one of the better alchemists out there, I should point out. Not quite chip sign, but he's close. He is close. I'll give him that. Very, very strong alchemist. Even when under heavy pressure by that Seeker, he threw out a sleep, and that allowed him to, make sure that Pav could not combo along with maybe a multi-shot arrow and a couple Seeker Strikes to kill Return, just to keep it a 3-0 fight, or 3-2 fight. But here we go. We're going to see Mr. Nobody try and get on a Return. Good sleep right there. Going to break that a little bit prematurely, but that's okay. They're not going to trigger that trance. And Pav jumping in as the Astronomer. Not a good decision, and he is going to be almost out of everything. Just spaces over into the corner. Good positioning around the backside. No pressure onto him whatsoever. Dodo trying to do what he can, and it looks like Mr. Nobody. Double Cyclonic Strike. Triple Cyclonic Strike from Appa. They could kill Pav right here, and he is going to go down. Appa is going to be on the verge of death. Barrier comes out in Return. Gonna be getting those spot heals off. Chain heal coming out, and they are just running for their lives. Good sleep onto Mr. Nobody just before that ice arrow did hit. Return could be going down, and yes, not going to be able to finish things off. Appa not having enough energy to Cyclonic Strike, not able to do enough damage in general to finish up his opponent. So here it is. Good play by the Cold team. Even though Pav was almost dead right in the beginning, he got back out. He spaced to the right corner. And, in the meantime, Mr. Nobody and Dodo did cover him, make sure that he didn't take any pressure around the backside. And they were able to achieve victory 2-1 in favor of Fake Kiss.
I'm very impressed with the damage output coming out from the Seeker. Consistently top damage for all 3 rounds so far. And really, it's just he's not missing. He's getting off good combos. He's getting off with extreme accuracy. And right now, he is comboing down onto Leadface with the help of Mr. Nobody, already down under half. The barrier comes out from him. Appa coming back a little bit to defend. Return is a little out of position off to the side. Leadface is going to be coming back to him. Appa is still out and around the lane, but he's just so slow right now. We do got the chain of Zex go down onto that Seeker, so we didn't exactly got a good